What is you doing? All right. Go get on your pad, silly. Where you at, G? Let's talk about it. It's whatever. I ain't seeing no, all right, allow viewers to request to join. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm coming out the Stone Age. Let me see. Bring them on. Let me see. Let's see. Add. Hey, listen. Go away.
Bang! Yeah. Yeah, we're in the building.
I thought
Yeah, man. So, Real
what's up,
Talk
man?
Podcast over here.
Hey, we're gonna try to make it work, man.
Hey, only way to do it is to do it, yeah?
Oh yeah, that's a fact. It's, you know, I don't know, man. It's just, you know, I watch a lot of people shit, and you know, sometimes, you know, I feel like they be beating behind the bush and shit, and sometimes, you know, they don't say what's real. So I just figured, you know what I mean? Like, why not talk about different topics and shit ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
And not be, you know, I cuss, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like
Self-expression.
straight dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know?
But it's still good to hear shit from my point of view too. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. This for real. This is just a kickoff cobweb, man. Right now, we can talk about whatever. I ain't even got a fucking topic.
Hey.
Look, you done fell off. You'll be back. Let's see. Bing. I'm gonna try to get him back up in here. There we go.
I was gonna say I don't know what happened, but I'm here. Yeah, man. I'm like this, right? It really ain't no topic for real. Like I said, this ain't even a premiere. This is more like a test run, basically. See how people gonna react. Man, look, there's so many. This man, you could stroll through your feed, right, and find a meme or somebody's post.
Something blocking your
let's
volume.
Talk about it.
Hey, something blocking your volume though. Your volume went down.
Hold on a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just low as hell.
I don't know what happened. I got in the truck. All of a sudden, that mother. Hold up.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Hey, I'm trying to do this shit with kids in the house here.
Figure it out.
Put that back. Hey, can you go put that back for me, man?
All right. That turned the camera around.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We still trying to figure. Hey, look, we working with what we got.
I don't know, man. If I gotta go like buy shit to make this shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna do that too. You know what I mean?
I'm about to try something. Give me 1 second.
Hey, this shit is funny, yo.
I'm gonna try and pull it through the car radio, see if that'll help.
Didn't help.
All right, can you hear me?
Damn, I can hear you. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, there we go. So what I did was I bypassed the phone speaker. I got it coming through the Bluetooth in the car.
Right.
The speaker, you know what I'm saying? But I figured, boom, you know, it's already positioned for it, but the speaker hands free. So I said, all right, well, we're gonna rock with it. So,
hey man, I don't know, man. It's like different topics we can talk about. You know what I mean? My biggest topic is always going to be about life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like for us, you know, what is life? Shit about life. You know what I mean?
Right.
For, you know, for people that maybe, you know what I mean, felons or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Different topics to talk about. Shit, I want to maybe come up with some sort of a program and invite other people in it. You know what I mean? I probably take my shit. You know what I mean? Have a little area staged and shit. You know what I mean? Just to talk about, you know, just real shit. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let me see.
I definitely want to hit religion for sure.
That's mandatory, man. That's mandatory. So it's crazy, man. You know me, man. Well, we didn't have this conversation before, so let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Look, and then we can talk about it and not worry about motherfuckers taking shit from us because of what the fuck we said.
Absolutely.
Like, I definitely want to be honest. I don't give a fuck. Like,
go ahead.
I would have been way worse than Kanye. I would have been way worse, bro. Like,
you know what? Here's the thing. Kanye, here's the thing. Kanye shot straight from the hip, okay? But the thing about it was he's still up under certain parameters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they took his $1 billion contract, right? But he still got something to live off of. So it was almost like a smack on the wrist. Hey, don't do that no more. Well, we gonna break you down all the way.
Well, while we on this, you know what I mean? The fucked up thing about it is that it's how everybody gets it's getting fucked up over just speaking on Jewish culture, because that's what it really is. It's
okay, right.
It's not a race. It's not none of that. It's a culture. So, and at the end of the day, the bad thing about it is, if anyone knows the history of the Jews and shit, or the history of the Polish people, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
The history of the Polish people. There's mistakenly, there's no doubt that they're not the actual Jews.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, but at the same time, it's just almost like anything you say, you know, even close to talking about Jews or the behaviors of the Jews, or, you know, who the real Jews are, you know, there's this backlash, you anti-Semitic and all sorts of things, and the bad thing is like, how are we gonna be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitics? Like,
you know what? That tickles me. That tickles me. It does, because, like, it's funny, right? So we like to throw out, especially in America, we like to throw out this term, oh, so and so is racist.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's only one race. Okay, but here nor there, what's the human race? Diverse nationalities, right?
Right.
But we like to throw out this term to say, oh, well, so and so is racist. The only way for a person to allegedly be, if you notice, racism only exists amongst black and white. When you're speaking down on a Jew, it's not racist. It's anti-Semitic. They got their own word for it.
Oh yeah. That is true.
Peep that. Like, so the racism aspect of it is only amongst, it's not even a racism thing, it's a have and have not. You know what I'm saying? So like why all of a sudden, when you over here talking about these group of people, all of a sudden it's not racism?
Right. Yeah, well, again,
right.
You know, when we're talking about the Polish people and the Polish people that's occupying the lands over there in Israel right now, it's funny how we watch them do all this. You know, it's basically genocide going over there. It's quiet. It's quiet though. You know what I mean? Like, they fucking them up over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, and America sit back and just watch all the shit that happens to Gaza. You know what I mean? And all them places in that region. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like we should have some type of podcast to talk that type of shit, because motherfuckers can be 100% honest. Like, I don't give a fuck. I know they ain't the Jews.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, look, man, it's so much.
I'm like, for real, I'm like, people that know the history of those Polish people and how they ended up in that region in the first place. You know, after dealing with Hitler and Germany, and we put their asses over there. I'm like, besides that, they had no business over there.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that, right? They had no business over there.
Yeah.
We as America and us Americans have no business over there either.
Oh yeah. I'm like, I won't deny that.
But we always did. I want to make America great again. When was America ever great? We always got our nose in somebody else's business.
Well, America was great before they landed over here on the Plymouth.
Right. Hey, leave people alone, though. That's what I'm saying. We on some straight bully shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to go over there and feed so-and-so, or bomb so-and-so, but you won't take care of the starving and hungry over here in your own backyard.
Yeah.
First law of the land is what? Self-preservation.
Yeah, for sure.
But you going over there feeding so-and-so, feed this shit. Child support, right? Child support. Feed this shit.
I don't know, man. It's just the whole system is fucked up.
It's a fact. But see, here's the thing, though. Does it not say in the Declaration of Independence, does it not say, if the government ever gets too strong or abusive in power, that it is the duty of its citizens to tear it down and rebuild anew?
Well,
so what the hell going on?
I don't know, but you see what happened January. The motherfuckers ain't gonna never recover from that.
No. What it is, in order to control, you must first instill fear. So now, people, first off, we aren't even citizens, but whatever, that's a whole different topic. What happens is if you instill enough fear in your citizens and disguise it as an act of treason, and because we're in it to their laws or the law of the land, then they, you know what I'm saying, all type of fuckery gets slid through, and you can do this and we can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they stormed the White House, it was crazy. A lot of us said, "Oh man, they only getting away with that because they white."
They stormed the Capitol building.
Yes, I'm sorry, the Capitol building. When they stormed the Capitol building, they only getting away with that because they white. No, a lot of them know they rights. For every last one of them that they would have apprehended and put in a jail cell, had they quoted exactly what I just quoted, they'd have cut them loose.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep on her, even though, you know, I would like to see, you know, a lot of shit different. I won't say I'm an anarchist. Yeah, I will.
I am.
I will.
Thank you. I am.
But January 6th was the joke.
Yeah.
Like they overhyped that shit like it was like really some type of government takeover. If they really was trying to go down there and take over the government type of shit, it'd have been a whole lot more gunplay than that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They'd have been out there as a militia, you know, like on some straight war, man. That shit was a joke, man. If not halfway staged. You know what I mean? I'm like, because it was too mediocre. You know what I mean? I'm like, if they really like on some, we're gonna take this shit over. Shit, you see how they did it? They would have. If they would have came with them guns clapping, boy, it would have been over for them.
On some Black Panther shit, yeah.
I'm saying anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
They got up in there. They had them scared, locked in behind doors. If they was really there on some killer shit, their ass was done that day.
Right, and I tell you what, have they made any modifications to the security?
Right, yeah, right.
Would tell you
what. Like to me, it was bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, if that shit was real, I don't know, man. That shit it's just stupid. It's all a game.
it's called controlled anarchy.
Yeah.
When the economy is doing too well, or it's too much of a time of peace, you got to disrupt and make some waves. 9/11, controlled anarchy, to the point where they had this whole nation hating a whole religion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we was well, not we, but the mass majority was walking around. If you looked like you was from the Mediterranean area or Middle East, oh, he's got to be a Muslim. Man, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Just apply a little thought. And we ain't even got to go that far into science. Metal does not melt like that. You know what I'm saying? First off, common sense tell you, where have I seen this before? History already teaches itself.
Correct.
When you look at the towers collapse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with an ounce of common sense can look at that and say, that's an implosion, a controlled demolition, not an explosion. Anything that goes in, if you punch me in the mouth and we slow-mo the cam, you're going to see, boom, my face, my lip is going to go into it. It's going to be an explosion, even to the point where the teeth going to come flying out your mouth. They don't just go down your throat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I got a strange way of explaining shit, but I'm just saying, you got to look at this shit like, and it's like, my question is why? What is it that you hiding? Everything has a motive. That's what I want to know. I want to know why.
Oh, I just think at the end of the day, you know, when it comes to that, you know, anti-Semitism shit, Semitic shit,
Yeah.
I just feel like that shit's all a joke. You know what I mean? And we sit back and we watch these brothers, you know what I mean, lose everything by speaking the truth. You know what I mean? By saying the truth. My question is why do these people have so much power? You know,
so
we know it's the banks.
Right. On the global scale?
We know it's the Federal Reserve. We know it's that shit, but I'm saying we know these people. We know what these people are doing in that region.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But how are they getting it? How are they sustaining? It's kind of interesting, right? Because like we have how many continents?
Man, we just need to slap the shit out of them niggas and tell them to leave Palestine alone.
But you know what? Here's the thing. When you again, in order to control, you got to instill fear.
Run from Hitler to go be Hitler in that region. You know what I mean?
Look, globally.
Call yourself a Jew, and then you go and take over Jerusalem through this orange pig that was our fucking president. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's how they do it. They take this shit. They take this shit and change shit. Then they change the history. Then the whole time you think that's what it was.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I know we swinging right now, right?
Yeah,
hey,
we just talking chat.
You just said they rewriting history. You familiar with the whitewashing process, the whole nine, right? Okay.
You ain't never watched read Blacked Out Through Whitewash? That's a damn.
No, I ain't seen that.
You need to read it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. What's it called again?
Blacked Out Through Whitewash.
Hold on.
Damn good read. I read that shit in 1998 when I was in prison.
Okay.
Damn.
Blacked Out Through Whitewash.
Blacked Out Through Whitewash.
Okay. So peep this, right? You mentioned the rewriting of history.
Right.
Earlier in this conversation, I said that nothing up under the sun is new. Everything is history repeats itself. All you gotta do is look at it and say, where did I encounter this before? Correct? So peep this. You mentioned this erasing of history or changing of history.
Right.
So You can Google something. First off, when we were kids, we went to the library. We researched. Everything was intangible. So now these kids, everything's at fingerprint. Google this, Google that. Hey Siri, blah, this, skip the woo, this motherfucker, that motherfucker, right? AI all over the goddamn place. Cool, whatever.
Right.
Who programmed it? We already know the answer to that. But my point is this. You ever notice how you can Google something and find the answer to something? Then go back and look for it later, and it ain't there, or it's been changed?
Well, yeah. You know, again, you know, I mean, we're dealing with algorithms and shit.
Right,
You know
but what? Here's why I said that. So, you grew up, you knew about, you familiar with that Sinbad movie, right?
Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad, it was, he played a genie, it was called Shazam or whatever.
Yeah.
That was one of the most popular things. Another one that they just said recently was that E.T. did not say E.T. phone home. He said E.T. go home. We all know better than that. Right. Now, peep this, right? To the point where they're playing on our intelligence. They're going and changing shit. And then saying that you're crazy and calling it the quote-unquote Mandela effect. That's what that shit is. It's the erasing of history, rewriting of history.
They said he didn't say that?
That's exactly what they're saying. They're saying that he didn't say E.T. phone home. They're saying E.T. go home. The fuck? We all know what the hell he said. You know what I'm saying? Ouch. I mean, 44 years old, we still can quote the goddamn movie. But you gonna tell us we didn't see it. Look, I don't smoke weed. Look, I don't smoke weed. I don't do heavy drugs. None of that shit. You feel me? You might give me a drink of Corona.
That's crazy though, man. That Mandela shit, man.
And that's all it is. I mean, why did they name it after Nelson Mandela anyway?
Oh, because that was the first one that I think that they brought up because of I thought he died in prison too.
That's what they said, right?
But he actually didn't.
Right.
And
So
lived way longer than that. So
exactly.
You know,
but what else? But see, and that's just it. How do you have? So it was said, one person tell you got to tell, you can ignore it. Two people tell you got to tell, you might kind of brush it off. Three people tell you got to tell, you might want to turn around and look.
Go play.
So how do you got a whole nation of people that remembered E.T. phone home, and this movie Shazam, people pulling up copies of it, and they still arguing and saying, "Oh, it's not real." The fuck? How do you do that? But then they tell you that you crazy.
Hey, I'm crazy. I'll be the first one to say it. I'm crazy than a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like for real, I'm like, I gotta be, because me, I just see, I don't know, man, like this shit, I'm like, life itself is just fucking spaced out. Like if a person that really sit down and really think about, you know, just every fucking thing, you know, the fact of just even being here is fucking crazy itself.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And then the bad part about it is that our eyes, our senses, all that shit plays tricks on us. So, you know, it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm one of those people that believe we're in a simulation, man. That's me. So that's why I say I'm crazy than a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna say that you're crazy. Here's the thing, right? How much of our mind do we actually utilize?
Well, I don't even. I get that. However, what I'm saying is, it's not even about how much we utilize. It's about that your brain is constantly thinking and making choices for you before you can even think about it. So I'm like, so if your brain is already ahead of you and making choices for you, you're not in control.
Exactly.
It's crazy. I'm like, to me, I think that everything is predetermined. I'm like,
absolutely.
Us being on here, having this discussion is predetermined. This shit was already manifested in you. I woke up this morning. I didn't think about this, but it happened today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it happened because of who's at my house. Hey, open that door. That might be y'all little sister.
Hey, you gotta love that ring doorbell, huh?
Yeah.
Got it too.
But I'm just saying, everything. I'm like I told a motherfucker before, man. You could be hungry as hell, man, and go stand at the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what you want to eat or nothing. Hold on, real quick.
You good? You good?
Like you wouldn't even know. You just be starving. You know what I mean? And you go open up the refrigerator and end up standing there trying to think about what you want to eat, and you don't pick shit until your brain say, "I want this."
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if your brain is already thinking, thinking and making decisions before then, it's a scary ass feeling to feel like a sim. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. To the point where realistically, so here's the question: if the brain is controlling everything,
Right.
then where's the subconscious?
Right. For sure.
Do we actually have a soul?
For sure. That's I don't know, man. Like this shit. Like I literally lose sleep over this shit.
When did you start this?
Hey, somebody help your little sister out. Or snatch the video games.
When did you start thinking like this?
Prison. I've always been a thinker, but I think prison was it for me, where everything got quiet. You know what I mean? Like I've always been a thinker, a goon. I always had to think ahead. You know what I mean? To survive. You know what I mean? But I think when I actually had a chance to actually sit down and read, and my brain got to thinking, especially with more science. You know what I mean? Reading the Quran and just getting involved with the Moors. That just opened up a chamber in my brain where I was just like, wow. You know what I mean?
I'll feel you. So for me, like it's crazy, man. Like I came out the womb thinking, but I didn't start to have the, as we call it, the conscious thought until '97 when I hit prison. Yeah. But I was already prior to me even going to prison in my youthful days.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, why is it? And you couldn't give me no lame brain answer because I was gonna shut that shit down. Mom, why is the sky blue? You better off just telling me I don't know. But if you're telling me some bullshit, I'm gonna tell you.
I used to get trouble.
Exactly. I used to get told shut up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I would ask questions. Then she got into the church. I would ask questions. Preacher couldn't answer questions. You don't question God. Shut up, man. Look, moving forward, you know what I'm saying? My response to everything was, if you gave me some lame brain ass shit, or it didn't satisfy my needs.
Right.
My question was, like, I would ask, well, California, you remember in the streets they got the raised reflectors in the streets on the highway, right?
Hey, why don't y'all just fix it? That's simple. You guys have a hard time trying to figure everything else out, but y'all motherfuckers know how to get on GTA and beat every level on there. Figure it out. Jeez.
Yep, got to get them to use that. Yep.
Yeah.
So my thing was, like, I would ask a question. If you didn't tell me I don't know, you just gave me some bullshit, why, cause? Because I couldn't even, like, that's how I was, why, cause? Why, cause? As in, like how come or why?
Right.
To the point where it was like, shut up, stop asking, here, read this book. Like, I stayed with a book in my face. I don't get me wrong, I had friends and I went out to play and all this type of thing, and I wasn't one of those introverts.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a true introvert anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I'm an introvert but an extrovert at the same time.
Yeah, well, here's the reason why I say I'm not a true introvert. I don't like crowds, but it comes with the job. Like, cause
Yeah.
we talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't like people,
Mm-hmm.
but I love people.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, da 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 da. Today, teach me something. Hey man, what's the topic for today? Blah 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 blah. When we get off from learning this shit, get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't some video games, if we ain't rotating, sharing knowledge, got nothing to talk about.
Honey,
My son,
use your pad.
my son's in the house right now.
Okay? Fix your panties. Fix them. Jesus.
My son's in the house right now. He comes in from school. Hey Dad, hey, what's up, man? What you doing? When he came in, I was over there researching some shit. You know what I'm saying? To the point, this is what, like, he'll go jump on his game. He'll go take a nap or whatever have you. He'll come in there, pull up a chair, and start researching with me.
Right. The kids,
You know what I'm saying?
and like these days, I envy these little niggas, man. Like, so much they can get their hands on, man, and
Right.
and learn and not push that with my kids, 100%. Like my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
man, she know how to use a phone. I'm like, she
Right.
scrolling and knowing what she wants. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, she know all sorts of stuff, man, and I just be sitting up here like,
Hey, so you better keep your phone away from her because she gonna learn how to DoorDash. She gonna be mad as hell.
for sure, right?
For real.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The era they're going to be in is going to be so much better than, as far as information is concerned.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. AI shit that's coming out, the shit that they're going to be able to get their hands on is just going to be incredible. I just really wish, I hope I live long enough to experience a lot of things that they will have.
Right. Just to see it and all, like, oh,
yeah,
no.
Sure. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't. They just have so much, man, and I can only imagine what the future is going to look like for these.
It's crazy, man, because like our future, our that's the thing. That's what blows my mind. Our perception of the future never manifested.
I know. No flying.
We had the Jetsons and all that type of shit going on in our head. It never manifested.
Yeah, no.
We got cars that fly, but we ain't never seen them.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't want that neither.
I mean, shoot.
Look. The motherfucker up there flying and shit drunk and then fall, crash.
Hey, if you drunk and you can get that motherfucker off the ground, you deserve to be flying.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm like that shit will never happen until they get some type of highway system that could be put up. I just don't see that happening.
Where they can put the safeguards up there. You know what I'm saying?
There has to be safeguards.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, yeah.
About it.
Absolutely. I just, it's crazy because, like, the things that we see, it's weird because the things that we see, we don't see. But the things that we envision are the things that come to pay. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The things that we see nowadays, like you said, it's like living in a simulator.
Definitely.
That bird that we see may not be a bird. It might be a government drone in the shape of a bird. You know what I'm saying? But the things that we envision, these are the things that we actually. the nanobots and all this type of stuff. That 10 blade, performance surgery, scalpel, shit's a thing of the past. You know what I'm saying? Cut that motherfucker open, throw a couple nanobites in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
I think our problem is when it comes to being human beings is that we want to solve things on a large scale, which is I won't say impossible, but it's unnecessary. But you could, for instance, if you're gonna build something, you could. The best thing to do is build a small prototype.
Right.
So it's the same way of dealing with life circumstances. You know, of course, you got this big spectrum of things that may be an issue, but it's hard to figure that out or fix it. But you can fix it if you think about, maybe this element is even happening within my own home. So if you get what I'm saying,
absolutely,
you have community issues, but you can also find the resolution to those big community issues by looking inside your own home with your in-home community issues. I'm like, the same elements going on at home that it is on a larger scale. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, I get it. The problem is here's the thing. The citizens of these communities haven't figured that out. The government has.
Oh yeah.
What they're doing is they do it in close quarters, but they take something, they create it in this small, controlled environment.
Yeah, elaborate.
And then once they figure that they've mastered it, your coronavirus and this, that, and the third, whatever have you, then they introduce it into the ecosystem. So the same situation. If we want to fix, let's say, poverty on a global scale, you first got to fix poverty in your neighborhood. Once you master that, but see, the thing, we don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? It's that God complex, that superiority complex. Oh man, we got to master, like you said, we got to master everything all at one time. It's not gonna happen like that.
Oh yeah, that's a snapper fact.
It's not gonna happen like that.
But I said all that to say this, man. I'm like, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What do you, this is the problem I have with religion, okay? No, straight up.
We're on the same page, come on.
Is that the only thing tangible is the book itself, right?
Absolutely.
So when we think about God, what is God?
A construct of man.
No. When we think about, what humanity thinks about what God is, what is God? Not what you know.
Right, okay. So what the masses believe.
Right.
So they believe it's this, I don't know exactly. So they believe this bearded man in the clouds.
Well, I'll give them a little bit more credit than that. I would say that they believe that God created everything.
Absolutely. That's the popular belief, yes.
That God is around at all times.
That is the popular belief, yes.
That God is in each of us.
That is the popular belief.
And
correct.
that we were made in God's image.
Absolutely, that is the popular belief.
Okay, all right. So those are
God.
Those are the things from popular beliefs, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So the difference between me and them is that I also have those same beliefs, but at the same time, I have something tangible outside of a book.
Okay.
And that is when I speak about the sun. The sun has created everything.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is around at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I am made from stardust.
Absolutely, 100%. Makeup of all matter. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, and I'm like this. I'm going down this route. Now, every religion, and I mean every.
That's a fact.
Every religion has made reference to the sun.
Absolutely.
Every religion.
Yes. Yes, sir. Every.
Everyone has recognized the sun as being the Almighty, the All-Powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think the issue that we have as human beings is that we expect things to look like us, right? So,
Yeah.
and we have this secular thinking that's very linear when it comes to what life is, because we only know life that looks like us, you know. But we know plants are alive. They don't look like us, you know. We know that we have these microorganisms, the organisms that's within us. We have,
Right.
you know, like
Parasite.
we have our own universe within us.
Absolutely.
We have different microbes. You know, it's their universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we know that there's life on every plane. So my question,
Mm-hmm.
since our brains can't understand, well, I won't say that our brains can't understand. We haven't tapped into knowing or understanding, but who's to say that this planet isn't a being itself?
It is.
Right?
It is.
Right?
Now
It's
here's
a lot.
a question. Now
It's a lot.
here's a counter question to it, right? Because we call it Mother Earth, do we not?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So now here's my question to you, right? Man is not native to this construct we call Earth. So here's the question to you, right? And you know where I'm going with this, but if man is not native to here, but we are here, and they call it Mother Earth, but man, for some odd reason, has been rewritten or reprogrammed to become destructive, are we not a cancer or disease to this Mother Earth? Ah, shit. Think about it. Because cancer, mom was gone. Mom was taken by cancer, and I sat back and watched and studied. Cancer is not a disease; it's a parasite. It's a living entity, and it eats, it feeds.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, we also have that. We have it both in us, good and bad. Like without it, we wouldn't be alive.
Bacteria. Yeah.
Aki. Oh. Put something on her, son. Thank you. I asked him to do it. Smeary, get up. Stop.
Little mama.
Get trip, man.
I'll be watching.
Man, listen. Where we leave off, man, because that threw me off.
So we said that we refer to Earth as Mother Earth, living entity, a being in itself. Is man a disease or a cancer?
Yeah, right. I got it. All right.
Yeah.
But I think I think the focus, though, is more of the behavior of the planet. And what I mean by that is when we think of the structure of a planet, it has a core. It has this different layers of this planet. And what I know this might sound, I won't say stupid because I don't say stupid shit. I don't think nobody do.
I'll say, no.
But magma, right?
Right.
Like I always look at magma like maybe the Earth's blood.
Okay.
I always look at the fact that the planet itself rotates the crust itself, the core, rotates counterclockwise to the actual rotation on its axis around the sun. So that's moving independently. I believe the behaviors of the planet, like, all right, okay. This just sounds crazy, all right?
Go ahead.
How the fuck do you suspend water on a fucking rock? No. I'm saying we should be able to reduplicate this shit, right?
Right.
Like
Theoretically.
Like how the fuck do we take a rock, surround it with water, and suspend it?
Okay.
You know, I'm like, even in space, if you take, hey, stop it! Who wants to go to timeout? That's all I want to know, because I got timeout passes. Now, even in space, like if you drop water or whatever, right? You tap it, boop, like it'll sit there. You tap it, boop.
But it's gonna move.
Yeah, it's gonna move, right?
Move, right.
So, out of all this rotating and spinning, you know what I mean? I'm like, why don't we have? I don't know. You can say atmospheric pressure. We can say that. I can answer questions too.
Maybe.
But I'm just saying, who are we to say that if we're made of stardust, the planet's made of stardust, and it actually fucking moves and it has energy. Like, that's what life is. Life is energy. Life is energy and movement.
That's all it is.
Yeah, to sum it all up, life is energy and movement.
And that's why I don't understand. That's why I don't understand when people. I don't understand when people mourn over death.
Right.
Because nothing dies.
That's we don't die in definition of our energy is concerned.
Exactly.
Right.
Which means if we are energy, and we already understand that there are 4 stages in our comprehension. There's 4 stages of matter. Okay, solid, liquid, gas, plasma. But we don't really talk about plasma. Solid, liquid, and gas, right?
The plasma is definitely
right.
Yeah.
These are the stages of matter. We've already said that atoms are the makeup of all matter,
right,
or stardust, right? So what happens is if you take this ice cube that's solid, right? You went to the freezer, you took this ice cube, you put some heat to that motherfucker, right? It melted.
Right.
It became liquid. It didn't do anything but change a different state, but it's still the same energy.
Right, for sure.
You get what I'm saying? They talk about, all right, so from the liquid, okay, so you apply a little bit more heat to it, it evaporates. Now it turned into steam. That's gas, right? Mm-hmm. It's still the same, but it's still the same energy.
For sure.
You vaping right now.
Yeah.
As soon as you exhale, that same cloud, you may not see it, but the molecules are still there. They ain't went nowhere.
For sure.
We talk about, and this pisses me off, but I be looking at people like, you got to be out your freaking mind, but whatever. This global levels are rising. That's bullshit. It's impossible. Bro, what's in the ocean? Icebergs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now watch this, right? You take a glass of water.
Hold on.
I can't hear you.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. You take a glass of water, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The science is perfect. I want you to take a glass of water, go get an ice cube, and put it in your glass of water. When you melt the water, take the ice cube, put it in the glass, pour the water in there. When it melts, the water doesn't rise because that space is already accounted for.
Yeah.
So think of it, and remember how we said on a small scale that introduce it into the ecosystem? So, like I said,
Now, go put that on her, man.
Like I said, the government has already figured it out. But they feeding us a bunch of bullshit, got us all scared. Global warming, right? Peep this shit.
Samaria, shut it down.
Peep this shit, man. So, global warming. They talking about, it's all bad, blah, 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 blah. Records show that the planet was warmer. In heat, things grow larger.
Right.
So you got your dinosaurs, your prehistoric animals, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying?
Just more oxygen things grow.
There you have it. There you have it. The trees were bigger, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So global warming can't be a bad thing.
Well,
because remember, when it cooled off, we had an ice age, and what happened? Shit died the fuck off.
Well, the thing is, it's bad for us as humans, not bad for the planet. You know, it's probably what's best for the planet.
Fact.
Like you were saying, you know, when you were mentioning that maybe we're cancer, maybe it's trying to cleanse itself. I don't know.
Right.
However, what I'm trying to say is that if CO2 is an issue, then it's an issue with how many people are on the planet, right? That's what they're saying.
But
just
wait a minute.
Us as humans.
Right. But here's the problem with that. Here's playing devil's advocate. Remember, there's a checks and balances in everything. In nature, there's always going to be a check and balance. So if there's more people bringing out more carbon dioxide, which means the trees are larger, which means they're taking it in even more.
Yeah.
So we good. Then we good. And then, okay, so let's play.
It's the atmosphere that they're saying what the issue is.
Okay.
You know, if it's melting away the atmosphere, then that's more sun.
Right.
That bakes us.
Theoretically.
That's not a theory. That's a fact.
So I mean, now this is where you come into play. So it is that the ozone is breaking away. Okay. See, I've heard, but I was suspicious. I couldn't really confirm it.
It's back and forth. Like 1 minute, like for real, all the information that we get, you know, is actually from other motherfuckers giving us information. You know, so there's really, you know, we just passing back.
Speculate, right? We speculate. So let me ask you a question, right?
Live stream YouTube.
So I did some research, right? I had never, because when me and my son did it, and I wanted to go live about it so bad, And the only person I really wanted to reach was you, for real. But like I told a couple of people out here in the community, and they looked at me like I was fucking crazy. But then like some people was like how the fuck you be coming up with this shit? So I love numbers. I love math.
Right.
So I sat back and I did some calculations with the numbers, the spaceships, the rockets, the gravitational pull, water displacement, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I found that the way they're telling it,
mm-hmm.
it's impossible for man to leave Earth's orbit. The way, not saying that it can't be done. The way, like we just got finished saying, the information that's being given to us, with the information that they've told us, it's not possible. It's not possible.
But we
so peep this, right? I took an approach that was different.
Mm-hmm.
We all know about thrust, lift, drag, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of the depictions that you see, movies, videos, when they show launches, you see people standing outside watching this shit, right?
Right.
And I said to myself, I said, it's got to be pretty fucking loud. So what did I do? I started researching decibel levels. The decibel level of a rocket, of a shuttle lifting off into orbit, is the equivalent of, I got my calculations in the house. If I'm not mistaken, it's the equivalent of 100 hydrogen bombs going off in a certain radius.
Right.
The frequency, the decibel level would kill us. Just to hear it. You see what I'm saying? So not even talking about frequencies or vibrations, because we already know there's a certain frequency where it'll make you nauseous, this, that, and the third. The decibel level would literally kill you.
That's crazy.
Right. The way they telling it, it's not possible. Then peep this, right? So the point of exit for this country is Cape Canaveral in Florida, right? Before we had shuttles, we had the rocket. Now we already, many are skeptical about it. Don't look right with the moon launching, right? Moon landing. But given the numbers that they gave us, how much a rocket weighs, the thrust, plus against the gravitational pull of the Earth, the gravitational pull. I'm sorry, the atmospheric pressure. For them to make it out, let's say that they did make it out, the way it's told. But the weight of this damn thing, when it comes back in, and the speed that it falls at, regardless of them 3 parachutes that's supposed to, it's moving too fast. And they always do a splashdown. The water displacement would kick up a tsunami at astronomical. It's not possible the way they're telling it. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but the way they telling it in books, it ain't.
Right.
It'd be all type of catastrophic shit going on around here. No.
Well, I have to say that, science and these engineers out here, they've been kicking ass, man. Like 1%. I'm like, just for us to sit on this phone right now,
right?
Okay, I'm like, to me, this shit's wilder than anything. You know what I mean? Like, but we at this distance, but at the same time seeing each other in damn near almost real time.
Real shit.
Real shit. Seeing each other, through a fucking phone, like.
Right.
And that's the type of person I am. I think about shit like that. Most motherfuckers just use it.
Right. Right.
I really think about, like, how the fuck and why the fuck and wow. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I look at all this shit that way, and that's what I'm saying, man. Life is just fucking spaced out, man. It's a 100%. Like, we talked about everything else, but that's why I was talking about the sun, right?
Right.
None of this shit, not this phone, none of this shit will fucking exist without fusion. I say that.
Fact.
Electromagnetism, light, right? No matter what we call it, the sun, fusion, whatever anybody want to call it. None of this shit will exist without light. Everything about life, regardless, like this AI shit, right? We're gonna fuck around and create this AI. We're gonna make it a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And that robot is gonna have that AI technology.
Okay.
Right? And the motherfucker gonna end up self-aware. And that motherfucker
gonna take over some shit.
or it's not even that. Maybe a motherfucking meteorite come down and destroy us.
There you go.
And then AI survives.
Imagine.
And we showed it how to reduplicate itself, you know how to fix itself, you know how to create others. Then we're out of here 10,000 years later. They're speaking of God.
You ever seen that movie Moonfall?
Moonfall? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Bruh, that's what you talking about right to that motherfucker.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
And that's spot on, because here's the thing, right? Everywhere
they will outlive us. They don't need oxygen.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right?
Need is here. It's here. If we make a robot with AI, with that artificial intelligence, and make this a machine, it will outlive us. And it will survive. If it remakes itself, that motherfucker will live forever until this fucking planet is gone. And guess what? We created it, right? So we'll be technically God. We'll be the gods to these beings, right?
There you go.
Because we
now
created,
you start. Right? Yes.
Right?
Yes. Now you picking up what I'm putting down. Because the definition of God, like I said, it's a construct of the human mind. But the thing about it is, right, it was told to us that God is anything that is greater than thyself. So man says that, because we don't understand, the theory of man says fear and hate what you don't understand. Man said that, oh, there's beings out there in the heavens and they're aliens. These aliens, think about everybody that's ever been abducted, probed, or whatever have you. The depiction is never 9 heads and 14 arms and eyeballs on the fingertip. It's a humanoid.
Yeah. But
2 eyes, oval head, mouth, maybe ear holes, whatever have you. But their knowledge surpasses ours.
Right.
According to the good book, it said, let us create man in our image.
Right.
This means that little green man, or that the grays or the blues, maybe them a god.
But that's what we're doing with artificial intelligence.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
We're making the AI in our own image.
And you know where we got our first practice at? You know where you got your first practice at? Go look at Samira.
Huh?
Go look at Samira.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's your first practice. That's the prototype.
Yeah, for sure.
But now we all get to become, we're starting to recognize, as it said, the God in you. And now, look at what we create.
Right. Hey, but check this out. This is something I thought about too, right? I want you to entertain me on this, right? Now, we create robots.
Right.
With artificial intelligence that's like chat. Was that GPT-4 above 5, 6, right? With these robots, right? And then they start becoming super intelligent. Now, and we die, right? Humans.
Right.
We die, but they live on.
That's a fact.
Now, what if we are the artificial intelligence and we created a simulator to live the life of the people that actually created us? Maybe
now,
we
Pete,
wanted to experience being human.
Now, Pete, it's interesting you put it that way, right? That would explain the Watchers and why they keep coming back.
I'm just saying. But what if we are?
Yeah, the byproduct.
I'm just saying. Regardless, I've already said from the start. There's no life without light, without fusion, whatever the hell you want to call it. There's no life without it.
Right.
There are no atoms moving. All right? So, with that being said, everything is powered. We are powered. Okay. We know we're powered. Right. You know, we know there's an electric current going through us that keeps us going.
That's a fact.
We know this.
That's a fact.
So, there's no difference between you and this phone. This phone is made from stardust. We're made from stardust. This phone is powered. This phone itself actually does something. When the phone is broke, we call it dead. You know what I mean? It's right. Dead. Right?
Right.
So we run around here, we're creating all these things, right? So the problem is with us, we don't know how to identify what life is. A lot of us go and we just think, oh, it's us. It's your heart beats. You know, your brain function.
Right. Or the physical shit. Right.
You know, because of this vehicle, right? But that's not what actually life is. Life is energy. That energy that's powering everything.
Yeah.
Right? So now that we understand or find a common ground through everything, and we have a better depiction of what life is, where does it come from? That's our fault. Where does the energy itself? Where does it come from?
So that's a good question, and that's where that's
the question ever. That's the thing that keeps me up at night.
Right. You know what? It's
we
funny.
Know that. Where does it come from? If this is the energy that we can identify what life is, where the fuck does this fusion come from?
There has to be a starting point. There has to be a pulse.
Right.
Something has to be pulsing in the cosmos, in the universe, somewhere. There's got to be a what do they call it? What do they call it? It's there's got to be a prime.
But there's only one way that we physically can do to simulate that.
Right.
Hold on. No, I want you to feel me, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one thing that we could do to even simulate that. And I'm going to simulate that in just a moment.
Cool. Question. Why are you doing that?
Uh-huh.
What is the sun?
That's what I'm saying. Listen, to me, it's God. To me, I wake up, I go outside, I see God every day. That is the closest thing to me that gives all of this life.
And it makes sense because, like, they come with it's a ball of burning gas, right?
Right.
But it can't be. It can't be. Here's why I say that. According to them, the vacuum of space has no oxygen, right?
Of course. I know you're going to bring up the element. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, wait a minute. Get deeper than that.
Construct of it. Yeah.
They say that the vacuum of space is what we were told through school. The vacuum of space has no oxygen. You told us in science class that the sun was a burning ball of gas. It's not possible because in the vacuum of space there's no oxygen. Fire has been established as a living entity and it needs oxygen to breathe. Right. So the sun cannot be a burning ball of gas. It's not possible because it can't be on fire.
Yeah, man.
There's no oxygen. That's what you told us. That's what you told us.
That's true. But I'm saying at the same time, you know, we're learning, right?
Right. But like you said, nuclear fusion does not burn. It gets hot. This is fusion in itself. Friction leads to heat and combustion.
Yeah.
So is that what's going on up there? Because the way they told it, there was a burning ball of gas, but I just shot that shit in the foot. It can't be that. So
well, listen. You remember what we were talking about, right?
Right.
And the question is, where does it come from, right? How did it happen, right?
Uh-huh.
There's only one way human beings can reduplicate that moment.
Okay.
When everything was made.
All right.
There you go. Total darkness.
Right.
Let's go ahead and power it up. Now you got light, baby.
Right. Facts.
Bro.
Real shit.
Listen. 100% I believe this is a simulation.
So, let me ask you this, right? What is the fastest source of energy that we have? Known to man. No, fastest source of energy known to man.
Light. You talking about fastest?
Yeah.
Light.
Is it?
That I know of. Unless you know something different.
I beg to differ. I say it's darkness. From darkness came light.
True.
Darkness can't escape light.
There's more darkness than anything.
Darkness can't escape. Light can't escape darkness.
That's not even. We can't even say that though, because again, now this is us going through a rabbit hole.
Go ahead.
Just because we can't see it, that don't mean it's dark.
Granted.
We just can't see it.
Granted. But the thing about it is right, we said that light is faster. That's the fastest source.
Yeah.
But if you take the gravitational pull of the darkness, black holes, light can't escape that. Darkness is, here's the thing, when you say that from the darkness came the light, well, damn it, darkness got to be moving that much faster. You know what I'm saying?
But Pete, this is what I'm saying though, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do often wonder, when it comes to darkness and its place in the universe, and I also identify this darkness with cold.
Okay.
Because in the absence of energy or heat or whatever you want to call it, it's cold. I try to argue that, this is an actual entity or thing that's actually making things cold. Because like you said before, in a vacuum, that should be nothing.
Right.
It shouldn't even be cold.
Right.
It should be nothing. It should
Exactly.
feel like nothing. So, but we're learning, we're trying to figure out this dark matter or whatever it is. This is something that James Webb telescope, man, might be critical with us learning more about what the fuck is out there, because even what they thought was dark wasn't really dark. You know?
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
They see it because of that damn telescope. You know what I mean? That gas, they didn't know it was there.
Right. Let's go a little bit deeper. Black holes, we can't see them with the naked eye.
Right.
Beyond a certain point, you can't see because it's too dark. Also, got to take in consideration, human beings only see on a certain boundary of the spectrum anyway.
Right.
There's colors that we can't see.
Yeah, for sure.
So because we can't see them doesn't mean that they don't exist, which means you can't say that it's dark.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. You are on point. These are things that we don't think about.
Yeah.
As a whole.
But this
like,
man, I'm telling you, I honest to God, man, like the shit's depressing, man. Like it's so much, you know, to wake up every day, and I don't know. I feel like I'm losing interest, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
And I try to fight off those feelings. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're supposed to be happy to be alive, and we're supposed to be, you know, having something to strive for. But the only thing that's worth striving for, to me, is understanding. You know, trying to understand everything before I'm gone. You know,
right.
Or part, whatever you want to call it.
Right. So go ahead.
No, it's just, you know, it'll suck to not know. You know, you know how many motherfuckers done live and die, and don't even have a fucking clue.
Right. You know I'm laughing.
Either they do. They either do or they don't. Either way, we were dead before. So, you know, but when we were dead before, shit, we don't remember that. You see what I'm saying? So either way, if I die again, which I will, it's not going to bother me. It's not like I'm going to fucking know it. You know, and then again, I might be born again. You know what I mean? Because I was dead before and was born. Shit, I don't know how many times I was born.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, it'll suck to have all these lives or to pass and not understand what the fuck this is. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing, right? And this is why I'm laughing, right? Because how you feel right now, I was feeling like that at like 10 years old.
Man.
To the point where it was like, I wanted to know every fucking thing. But then I came to the realization, it's not a depression. It's not a depression, but you say it that way because there's no other way for you to verbally explain it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a depression. The depressing part is the fact that you feel like you're the only one that's alive.
Yeah, not been able to I guess that support system in my frame of thought or thinking, and feeling like, you know, there's actually people out there that actually, you know, think this.
Kindred spirits.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
You got to understand something, right? We human beings are communal creatures, regardless of our traumas or whatever that have shaped us into this or that or whatever have you.
Right.
We don't necessarily need anybody, but in the same aspect, we love to share.
Right.
And when you think about it, right, you feel like a kid. You learn something new, and it's like, ooh, I can't wait to run home and tell mom, hey mom, guess what I learned? Hey dad, guess what I learned? And that's what you're going through.
Right.
But then when you go to share with your fellow man, and they looking at you like you fucking crazy, like, what's right? He's a conspiracy theorist. Right, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, it downs you, you know what I'm saying? And it's not so much to the point where, that's what I said, to the point where you feel like you're alone, like
yeah,
I'm the only person that's alive.
We can talk about snowfall all day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, life, this is a whole lot of shit that I want to talk about.
Right.
You know, or try to figure out. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people will say some shit, the most intelligent shit, and not even realize it. You know, that'll make my brain go, damn. Hold on, I didn't think
about that.
You know,
exactly.
You know, but no one actually cares. You know what I mean? And I get it, and I envy him.
Yeah.
I envy him. I cannot not care. And this is so big and so vast that it'll drive anyone nuts.
Yeah. So I pride myself and I strive on solving life's mysteries. Regardless of how great or insignificant it may be.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like an achievement. Like, oh man, wow. What is the one, great or small? What is the one mystery that you would like to unravel or would like to solve before you pass? I mean, I know you want to solve them all, but what's the greatest one that you really want to know about?
I really want to know if my mom is actually out there somewhere, you know, but I also understand that if she is, go play, honey. If she is, she will be something totally different. She would not be in the flesh, that vehicle that she drove while she were here. She will be something totally different.
Oh.
I 100%, 1,000% believe that, because what the image we take on here, this is borrowed.
Absolutely. I mean, you can only see things of 3 dimension through these eyes. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question, right? Because I joked about it, and I'm serious, but then I joke about it. You know, Aquarius, we got warped sense of humor. So my mother, my mother, she passed in my living room.
Damn.
I went to that was how she wanted to go, and I respected the relationship. She wanted to go to the hospital.
That's true.
So I went up to her apartment,
mm-hmm.
and I went on the hunt with my sister, and I located her will.
Uh-huh.
And in the will, my mother left all her worldly possessions to my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister was the sole guardian, sole beneficiary of the will.
Right.
Which left everything on her as responsible. Now, mind you, I'm the older, and technically I am the more responsible of the two, but neither nonetheless. So my mother's, it's been 2 years. My mother is about 4 blocks up the street from my house.
Right.
Long story short, my sister left her on the slab. So my mother was a Jane Doe. I never got a chance to bury my mother.
Damn.
So we know what happens in that state. So my joke was when I do pass, don't claim my body. Let me go find my mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I understand understand wholeheartedly. I understand death. Before I was born, I was stillborn. I died, revived twice. Third time they told my mother, hey, if we lose in this time, there's nothing we can do. She punched the doctor. I'm here. I've been defying odds all my life. They told my mother that I would never walk. I was severely bow-legged and pitching, so we'd have to break his legs. My mother, physical therapy, the fastest motherfucking in the county, high school, track and field. So I've been defying odds my entire life. I understand science, not entirely, but I do have a good understanding of science and the transference of energy.
Right.
Have you ever, it's happened to all of us, you ever been sitting around chilling, lost loved one, homeboy, whatever, you just sitting there chilling, you sweeping down, you hear their voice?
I'm also the type of person to think that I'm making that happen.
Okay, let me ask you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're on a three-dimensional, but there's another dimension, right, in between. Ghosts, spirits, spectres, whatever, that dimension there. If you take your hand in front of your face, fingers spread, and you vibe and you move fast enough, eventually the molecules to the point where it's a transparency. You can damn near see straight through it.
Right.
Things vibrate at a different speed. So, no, I don't.
But know exactly where to go and know what to do.
Right.
So, but those are things we don't remember. But we also don't remember being inside of our mother's womb neither. But these are different stages that we've been in, that we've actually lived through, that we don't even remember. So, with that being said, there's only one time that one time in this stage that there's something different. And the difference is the human brain. The human brain is why we remember anything in our time.
Right.
When we were a sperm cell, there was no brain per se. You know.
Right.
Brain is not fully developed.
Right.
When we're inside our mother's womb, and even itself, it will be total darkness. So we wouldn't have anything to give us that memory. Oh, that's when I was inside my mother. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say this. We go through all these different stages. Oh, you fell off, but I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to see if I can bring you in. There we go.
My bad.
No, you good. So, yeah, we've been going for a minute, but, like I said, like we got all these different stages that we've actually been through that we don't remember. Who's to say what's next isn't the same thing? I'm like, we don't, right now, I'm pretty sure we didn't know as a sperm cell that we was going to be inside of a woman as an embryo.
Right.
And as an embryo, we didn't realize that we were going to come out and be born to live out this life. So, I can only assume that there is another life because that's the only proof that I have, that we keep living through stages. So,
there's definitely one.
What are the chances that there's nothing from here? When all we know is stages of being alive.
Right. That would be, and I don't mean to sound disrespectful or vulgar to those who might be watching or listening who don't believe that they believe this is it.
Right.
That would be foolish to believe. And here's why I say that. You made it. What about your siblings that didn't?
Yeah. That's why I have a lot of kids.
Yeah, really. No. Think about that. There's a lot of you made it to the egg. But what about your siblings that didn't?
Yeah. Fuck them. It was great.
But here's the thing. If life is so precious, do they not deserve the opportunity?
But check it out, though. But again, that's how we think, right? But hold on. Every person
Right.
that makes you Camden, there is a unique genetic code to you.
Facts.
So, with that being said, if that genetic code pops up again, which is to a T, it'll be you.
Right.
If the same exact genetic code comes, it will be you.
Right.
And that's why I think a lot of like when women have twins and one of them died, they fucked around and had the same genetic code, but you can't be in two places at one time. I be thinking shit like that.
It's interesting you say that, because my son
dies, or somebody just dies unexplained. You know, maybe they genetic code came up again inside of a woman, and it was that time to go. You know what I mean?
Right. Because in order,
exactly. You know what I mean?
Because in order for a person to enter this world, two have to leave.
Right.
And it's interesting you said that, because here's the thing. My son that's in the house right now, he's a twin.
Right.
The twin didn't make it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe it was the same genetic code. You know what I mean? Through two beings.
Right.
And it just wasn't going to happen.
Which would be a glitch in the matrix.
Correct.
Because if you think about it, right? Peek this, right? So it said that there's only two things on this planet that are unique: a snowflake and a fingerprint. But the thing about that is this, right? You said genetic code. There's somebody else that's walking around this planet right now that's got your face. There's another person on this planet that's got your voice. Right, but it's not you. Right. They got your voice.
Yeah.
They got your face, but it's not you. Yeah. Everybody's got a twin.
Right. Yeah. But I think if that code comes up, because, and again, I'm a simulation person, right?
Right.
I'm one of the type of people that believe, like, I even call video games. So
right, my son does that shit.
I see shit. I look at life a little different because I know what coding does, and I know that what we call reality has its own laws, just like coding. It has its own universal laws. Whenever I create something and I give it gravity, you know, it's going to behave that way.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I coded it that way.
Right. So it has no other way to react or behave other than what you told it to do.
Correct. So that's how I feel about this shit.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me ask you this. If you code it, it has no choice but to go or behave in that manner as you coded it. That would make you God. But if man has a will, then technically we don't have a God. See, according to religion, the Watchers, the angels, etc., they do what he tells them to do. but man does as he chooses, which would make him God.
Well, I have to disagree with that. We do as we choose.
We have a will or a choice, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it all depends on what you call a will and a choice. Because again, like I said,
That's true. That's true.
If your brain is thinking independently of you before you could even respond, who's in control?
Good point. Now, good point. Now, here's the question. If the brain is in control, as we refer to it, the control center, and it never shuts off, and we are electricity that apparently has a battery, but what sparks it?
Oh, we already know.
Do we? What is it? What is it?
What gives us energy? Our energy?
Yeah.
Or what? Are you saying what's the sun actually gives us our energy?
Okay, so we're solar powered.
So yeah, we're definitely solar powered.
So, but at some point, that battery dies.
The battery. That the energy,
So, right.
energy dissipates and goes somewhere else.
Absolutely. So if the battery dies, are we truly solar powered?
Yeah. Yeah. I have to agree with that.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. Because to my knowledge, anything that's solar powered doesn't technically, I mean, it breaks, but it don't really like this.
But how do you? But it's all about how you look at it, right?
Right. That's right. That's what I'm
gotta think. Anything that's solar powered is doing nothing but holding energy of something. If it's a light, it's taking the energy and it's manifesting itself inside of a light.
And then dispersing it elsewhere.
Right. But it's the same as us. Whatever makes us, we are being housed inside of this vessel.
Okay, right. Okay, right. Okay, right.
And until this vessel gives out, we will be inside this fucking vessel.
Right.
When this vessel says, you know what? Fuck it. Like a battery, it starts spitting out all that fucking green shit, whatever it is. I can't think of it. All the shit come out. I'm like, you know what? We ain't working no more.
Right.
The energy gonna go somewhere else. The energy is gonna be forever. It's constant. You know, it's constant. It's nonstop. You know, if I turn this fucking light out, guess what? Well, it's still there.
Right. That is true. So,
what's the difference?
None.
If we don't look at ourselves as that being, that's why a lot of people go around, I'm light, I'm this. They be saying that shit, but they really don't get it. They just saying that shit like a fad. You know what I mean?
Man, bro.
The universe.
Yes. They don't trendy talk.
Yeah, they just say
it.
They don't really understand that, motherfucker. We say we are light because, motherfucker, we are light. We are the universe, motherfucker, because we are the fucking universe.
And that's real shit.
And what is the universe? What is the universe?
An eternal expansion of
light.
Basically.
Period.
Because even when you can't see it,
there's no in between.
Right.
Even matter. Matter is a form of energy.
That's a fact.
It's fucking light. It's all particles. Light, energy, particles, bro. Everything. So when we say we the fucking universe, motherfucker, we the universe.
That's a fact.
Fucking observing itself. That's the crazy part about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's the craziest shit ever. You know, It's almost like we say, you know what, let's go see what it's like. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my question is, from this point, do we become a star? At this point,
Possibly.
Afterwards, do we, you know, do we become a planet? I don't know.
That's interesting.
I'm just saying. I'm saying we went from being a fucking sperm cell to a fucking embryo. That's a vast fucking difference, bro.
Hell yeah, it is.
We went from being a fucking sperm cell. Well, something before then.
Real talk.
Being a fucking sperm cell to being a fucking embryo.
You started out as a thought.
To being as a motherfucking human being,
right,
walking this fucking planet. So these are vast differences. So whenever I say going from being a fucking human being to a planet, that's fucking logical.
I don't see why it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? That's not really something that can't be fucking possible when you look at the stages that we've come from.
So let me ask you this, right? When you break it down like that, where does religion? Why does religion even matter?
I think religion will always matter.
But why?
Only because I think it was the most. It was one of those critical times where we question, what is this? What is that?
Right.
Why are we here? You know, I feel like it's one of our adolescent thinkings. I don't feel it's feasible today. I don't feel that religion holds any purpose today other than history.
It doesn't. Other than as a means to I ain't gonna say traumatize, but as a means to control the masses. That's about the gist of it. Because at the end of the day, we all tied to each other. When you do leave this plane of existence, return to the dust from which you came from, stardust. But nonetheless, what happens is, if we all are part of a grand design, if we come from God, right, and God is a part of the universe, that would be like your kids come from you. That would be like you cutting off your arm and saying, okay, well, why? Well, it's a part of you. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to return back to where you came from.
I just, honestly, it's impossible for it to be listen to how I say it, a God.
We already know that. Trust me. We already know that.
To be a God.
Yeah, we already know that.
Like, again, like I said, if we created AI, a machine,
right,
that could be autonomous, be self-aware, can fix itself, create, and we pass, we would be what we consider to be a God.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We're talking about something that's bigger than that. So when people say God, my brain goes into thinking us creating the AI to, you know, having an AI that end up being self-aware, you know, and stuff of that nature.
So human beings classified as animals. Right? We claim to be human beings. We classify ourselves as animals. However, when you say it like that, what if we are the AIs?
Hold on. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. Something created us.
Right.
Right? We can give it that because we're matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something may have tweaked us. Maybe said, you know, we make something more intelligent than what they were, right? Maybe we've been tweaked. And it's fine. We can call them God.
Right.
Okay? Or call it God. Okay?
Right. I follow.
They've been tweaked. However, where does solar fusion come from? Where does electromagnetism come from? Where did the stars come from? Where do they come from?
There's got to be an alpha prime. There's got to be a
what
point.
I'm trying to say is, but in order to recognize that, we will have to step out of our boundaries to say, we don't look nothing like what God is or what the gods are. You know, we will have to step outside of ourselves, and that's our problem. We have to make ourselves God. So we have to have a Jesus Christ. We have to have a Muhammad or
Hare Krishna, various others.
Ali.
Right.
We gotta have Zeus. We gotta have all these different things that, because we have to be God, you know. So, however, like I said, we are made of a God's image, and that image is we are stardust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
100%.
We are definitely stardust. We are definitely everything of that fucking sun that's over us and all the stars from the beginning, what they call the bang or whatever.
Yes.
I'm saying we're made of that image.
Right. I think the Big Bang only happens in the bedroom, man. Straight up. It's everywhere.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, if we really, really think about that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Beautiful day to you too, Cuzzo. But if we really, really think about that, I'm just saying, what truly is God or gods,
right,
is nothing we can imagine.
That's right.
Or, like I've said before, maybe all the technology we have created now has got so fucking extreme in the future. Again, like I said, we could be in a simulation, spending all these years that's really 10 minutes somewhere else, and it's actually just a fucking movie. Maybe we maybe we got some type of technology, and right now we went and actually paid $10 to be here right now.
I mean, think about that, man. Think about that. That's real though, because like 44 years old, right? And we're gonna use the Bible because I like to use the Bible as a reference book. No, disclaimer: no, I'm not a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about it is, it's just the most popular religion known to man. The thing about it is 44 years old, 45 years old. According to the good book, again using it as a reference book, it says that one day to God is 1,000 years, 1,000 human years. That's a long period to be sleeping.
Oh yeah, facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you go back through your Old Testament, this, that, and the third, I don't remember exactly who it was, but there was a person that lived 900 and some, he didn't even live a full day. Close. 900 and some odd years. Man doesn't even live that long anymore.
Yeah.
The world is not the same anymore. You know what I'm saying? Oxygen based wise, this, that, and the third. Carbon. It's a lot of, so like the things that we to say that it's the Truman Show. That's the movie. To say that part right there is not a reality, can't honestly say
Hey,
that
there's a lot of shit
it's not.
you can't. If, man, listen. Well, I think that's the only thing issue I have with religions or religious people, and that only thing is not for what they believe in.
Right.
Is that they believe they already have all the answers. I think that's my only issue. It's a closed and shut case, and life is too spaced out to be solved.
What is the difference between religion and science?
Well, one is experimental results. It doesn't say that they have all the answers.
Right.
It's always looking for improvement. Always looking for the answers. And religion itself is God said, "Let there be light,"
and that's it.
It is what it is.
Science says that it can be proven scientifically, mathematically, whatever have you, through science. Religion says step out on faith, don't question.
But you know what's crazy? This is why I've been trying to merge the two.
Scientology?
Well, no, not Scientology. Scientology, there is certain things about Scientology that I like.
Right.
But it's more of the human focus.
Okay.
Scientology, like the programs that they do for us, like mental health and all those type of things. I really admire that, with Scientology. However, what I mean is, you have one saying, "Let there be light," and one I'm saying, "There was the Big Bang," right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is that if religion tries to make God man, okay, and if they did not try to make God man, then they could see everything on a broader spectrum.
Okay.
Now, what I mean by that is that saying "let there be light" and the Big Bang are really fucking similar. Like, it is the same fucking thing, okay?
Right. Let there be light, boom, and it was, yeah.
Yeah. It's the same fucking thing. So it's almost like it's two different people that wanted the answers, but one of them just said, "You know what, fuck it, it's too hard. This is what it is."
Right.
And then you got the other person that's just like, "Fuck that. No, there's more to this. Let's do some tests. You know what I mean? Let's figure this out. You know what I mean? Like, what
Right.
really fucking happened? You know what I mean?" So, and I think the moment that if humanity says, "No, this is it," that's when we become nothing. Like, there's no growth, there's no advancement, there's none of that. None of this. Name one thing that religion has contributed to humanity's evolvement.
Government. Government, that's it. That's
And they couldn't even do that.
Taxation, all that crazy shit. Government.
And they couldn't even do that right.
I was to say they fucked the man up. I'm telling you, man.
They got so bad they said, you know what, we're gonna separate church and state.
And need to do it with both of them. Shit. Give it back to the people, man. Straight up. For real. Man.
But look at science.
Yeah.
Science is God. And what I mean by that, if you're going to say God created all of this shit, then God's definitely a fucking master scientist.
Yeah.
If you're going to say God created every fucking thing, a being created every fucking thing, then guess what? He's a master fucking scientist.
You're damn right.
And if he's a master fucking scientist, every fucking science person around here is walking in God's fucking image.
That's a fact.
Walking in God's path, learning every fucking thing, bringing all these different technologies. We're doing the same thing that God supposedly have done.
What they call it, divine science.
Yeah. I'm like, science has brought everything to humanity, man.
Yes.
Religion has made it stagnant than a motherfucker.
Man, look.
And then they killed people and made them fucking, the devil worshippers. Killed him.
I don't understand that, man. I don't understand that. Like it's crazy because the message that they preach is so contradictory. Like,
yeah,
I don't get that. Like it's polar opposites, whatever. Like you got up, down, left, right, north, south, east, and west.
right.
You got Christians, you got Muslims. Then you got your Satanists, your Wiccans. But the thing about it is these people ain't bothering nobody. I ain't never seen a Satanist come knock on nobody's door, burn no upside down cross in nobody's yard.
Right.
They ain't bothering nobody. Let them practice.
Hey, honestly, again, I personally don't care about that. I do care about us making it to Mars. I think that will be the dopest shit ever.
I'm curious.
For us to be able to travel to other planets.
Right.
For us to make communication outside of this planet.
I there's not a doubt in my mind. Now we've been
reversing the genetic code, which we are.
Right. There's not a doubt in my mind. We may not have reached other planets, but one thing for sure, two things for certain: our frequencies and our communication is definitely reached.
On point.
Yes.
So
there's
these scientists, man, fuck it. I'm just gonna say human beings, man. We're kicking ass in real life.
Right.
The feats, the shit that we've overcame, and the shit that we're doing, we're fucking awesome. You know, of course we got our bad apples, the ones that definitely don't want shit other than to just live.
Right. Exist. They ain't living.
But the fucking engineers and shit, man, and philosophers, and all these people, man, in our history that's asked, like, why does the fucking apple fall? You know what I mean? I'm like,
right.
Those motherfuckers right there is why we're here at this state. You know what I mean? Where we're talking to each other over this phone.
No doubt. It's crazy because the first time I ever did this, or no, correct me, the first time we ever seen this happen, and people don't even realize it was in 1983 when Penny, Inspector Gadget's niece, used to talk.
Yep, the phone, yep.
Oh, shit, that was the first one.
Then they gave us some big ass phones.
Yeah, hey man, hell yeah. Right on top of brain cells, yeah. Hey,
I had
cooking
the
like a fool. You know?
I had the one that you could that they I actually didn't have to pay for it. It was like it was a burnout.
What?
It'll go 6 months without having to do nothing.
That's crazy, man. Hey,
Figure that
that's
out.
why I ain't got no hair now. Them damn phones. You see what that shit did?
Hell yeah. And the paper.
Oh,
It came
shit.
a long way
Yeah, man.
from
Real talk.
rotary.
I mean, bruh, remember, ain't there something? Listen, 44, 45, right?
Motherfuckers used to talk in big ass cans with the
Yeah, with the screen on the shit. Fuck yeah. Talk to the neighbor like a motherfucker. Hey, the walkie-talkie, the coda rings and shit. Hell yeah. The beat. Remember, it's something, right? 44, 45. You missing the rotary phone. 44, 45. Now, Pete, this ain't there something that we can go to the museum with our kids and see the fucking phones that we used to have in our living room?
man, that shit crazy.
Ain't that something, man? Like, bruh, the music that we used to listen to is on the oldie stations now and shit. Like,
You won't see you won't catch a motherfucking CD nowhere, motherfucking wherever. Outside
hell no. Bruh, listen. I was watching, what the hell? I was watching Menace to Society. And shit. My son said, "What's that?" I started laughing.
That's a creepy little nigga.
He said that. What is that thing on his head, man?
Hey,
Pages.
before this shit though, that motherfucking BlackBerry.
Oh man.
You know,
The Palm Pilot.
yeah, the Palm Pilot. Yeah.
See,
Yeah, these little niggas got, man, that's what I'm saying. My daughter, she too know how to work this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
that's crazy, man.
I can imagine how fucking smart. Like right now, like to go take a fucking GED, I would never probably get it with that math now.
Bruh, this core math shit. Bruh. Look, and I call myself a mathematician. Oh, Pete,
Bro,
so
these little niggas is smart.
yeah.
According
So
to
Pete,
our generation, these motherfuckers is smart.
yes. Uh-oh, I got an invader. Hold
These
on one second.
motherfuckers is college class.
What's up, boy?
I told you about
Where you going?
I thought you were there.
No, I'm over here chopping it up with man drinking, man.
Oh.
You come in and join in the conversation. Hop on in. Little nerd over here, man. Shoot, this what he do. Man, for real, shoot. We be on some hell of a conversations, man.
Hey, shit, we still gotta, you know what I mean, do this shit every now and then. You know what I mean? What's up,
Man, look.
What's
Man,
up?
right.
Is that little Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You gotta keep knocking them out, man.
man, shoot. He on other stuff now, man. Over there
Man, keep that fighting up.
chasing them girls and shit.
Keep that fighting up so I can open up with you. Walk
Yeah.
in.
All right. Shoot.
Nigga out.
Look, trying to get his pockets right, you.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
That boxing like that, man.
real shit. Question.
Yeah. You said what?
So you question. I said, so you do coding, right?
Yeah.
At 13.
How he do it too?
At 13.
That's what's popping. What language?
Shit, fuck. I don't know. That shit all Chinese to me. Shit.
Oh, you use a blueprint
Tell me what you how you.
I don't do like the where you type it usually.
Yeah.
They make it easier for like kids, but
Right.
I still do it a little bit. Like I only did it a little bit with my teacher because she knows how to code, but
Right.
What are you doing with it though?
making like stuff move and
I
making
swear.
like, yeah. making little like characters move or whatever, like simple
Like how you
stuff.
be doing the game and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So
No, man, that's where it's at, man. That's computer shit, man. Is where it's going, man. It's
he got me feeling like a retard and shit. At 13, he over there doing the shit that you doing on that video game, and I'm looking at this nigga like, okay, whatever.
these kids are smart, man.
Yeah.
They something different.
Man, really
I don't know what the hell happened, but shit, like doing college classes and fucking compared to what we were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy because, hold on one second. Let me see if I can turn this. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm gonna figure it out. So we can both be on the camera.
You good? If I don't feed these niggas, man, they gonna put them paws on me.
That's what I'm trying to tell that.
Oh, ain't that some shit?
Yeah, man. They like, we done enough. Get your asses off that shit, man.
Man, really?
We'll catch another one. You know what I mean? We some controversial shit pop up.
Bro, I can do this all day. You hear me? Also,
but we'll
get kids involved because you know they do the streaming on the gaming and shit, and they got motherfuckers streaming from Facebook Live on that shit too. I mean, they got the Twitch and the YouTube and all that. But sure, yeah.
Yep, for sure. Well, we'll figure it out, man. It was good chatting with you, man. And,
no doubt.
Yeah, we'll get something else going.
All right, I'm gonna here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop a layout for topic purposes, so we don't be bouncing all over the place.
Sure. Yeah, get a schedule crack.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna lay one of them out, and I'm gonna try and go ahead and make like a little flyer or whatever, start posting that shit on Facebook or whatever have you, so we get more people. Because I was paying attention, I've seen a couple people pop in, then they pop out, they pop in. But the thing about this is when you throw it out there and you got oh hell yeah, I gotta tune in. Yeah, man, that's it.
And have a controversial topic.
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
Hey,
get this
I want to hit the one. I want to hit certain shit. You know,
yeah,
especially about child support and
bruh. And we gonna splurge on some shit.
All that dumb ass shit that piss people off.
Yes.
Motherfucker can't say that about me, nigga. I paid all my motherfucking child support.
Hey, look. No. Look. I don't pay child support. You
feel me?
Shit.
Yeah.
Get your hand out my pocket.
You feel me? Get your hand out my pocket.
Nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right. What's your schedule look like?
No, shit. Flexible right now.
Beautiful. All right. So here's what I do when I'm ready to pop off, because I feel one coming. When I get ready to pop off, I'm gonna tag you.
All right.
Come running.
For sure.
All right, baby.
For sure. Peace. 180.
Much love.